Happiness can be found even in the darkest of times if we only remember to turn on the light. It's World Mental Health Day, and this year Jamaica joins the celebration, which is being held under the international theme, Make Mental Health for All a Global Priority. You're watching Jamaica Magazine, and I'm your host, Adrian Atkinson. On today's program, we'll have tips and strategies for promoting good mental health, so stay tuned.
Good day, I'm Stephen McHugh, and this is your JIS News for Monday, October 10, 2022. The government has signaled its intent to absorb the land impact fee associated with the construction of 15,000 new housing solutions in the greater Bernard Lodge development area. The impact fee is normally a one-time payment imposed by a local government authority on a property developer. Prime Minister Andrew Holness made the disclosure while addressing the National Housing Trust's Board of Directors retreat last Friday. The Prime Minister says the absorption of the impact fees will lower housing costs for beneficiaries, who will include persons occupying lands adjacent to the Clifton community.
So with this 100 acres that is being assigned, the government will pay the impact fee that comes with the land. And we will not pass that cost on. So the price of the house should come down. So the residents or the persons who were affected in the adjoining area to Clifton who said, where are we going to go? Well, we're looking at options where we can make the cost of the housing lower by virtue of government making a budgetary allocation to absorb these preliminary development costs.
Prime Minister Holness says fee payments will be made following consultations with the Ministry of Finance. Mr. Holness also directed the NHT to fast-track the development of the 100 acres of land that's been set aside for the agency to build houses at Bernard Lodge. Finance Minister Dr. Nigel Clark says the country's economy is at 97% of pre-COVID levels, with a full recovery expected by 2023. Dr. Clark was addressing the Rotary Club of Kingston's luncheon on Thursday.
It's related to the fact that we were able to maintain macro stability through the crisis. And macro stability doesn't mean that every single individual is hunky-dory, but it just means that the finances of the government are sustainable.
According to Dr. Clark, achieving full pre-COVID economic growth levels will put the country ahead of its peers in the region. Figures from Statin show economic growth of 6.5% in the first quarter of this year and a further 4.8% for the April to June quarter. Consequent to the strong economic performance, ratings agency Standard & Poor's on Wednesday affirmed Jamaica's B+ rating. The country also retained its stable economic outlook. Minister Clark also says further growth is anticipated from the build-out of highway infrastructure now underway in St. Thomas, Clarendon, Manchester and St. James. Meanwhile, National Security Minister Dr. Horace Chang is calling for a renewed focus on fighting human trafficking and the illicit firearms trade among CARICOM member states. The minister's call follows statistics which show gang violence and transnational criminal activities accounting for more than 70% of homicides in the region.
The issue of illicit firearms trafficking was identified as a Tier 1 threat in the Caribbean region security strategy and one of the main drivers of criminality levels in the region. It has the potential to cripple the already fragile socio-economic development progress in CARICOM and the advancement of the CSME.
The minister was addressing the 24th meeting of the Council for National Security and Law Enforcement, CONSL, recently. While increased budgetary allocations are being made to tackle crime on the island, Dr. Chang reiterated the need for increased collaboration within CARICOM. This, he says, can be done through greater intelligence sharing and strategic deployment of resources. CONSL is responsible for the coordination of security to ensure a safe and stable community. And finally, approximately 500 school administrators and professionals are set to receive mental health literacy training. The training is being done under the $10 million School Mental Health Literacy Program, which was launched on Thursday. It's to be conducted over the next 3 months through a partnership between the Ministries of Health and Education.
We have to now come to terms with the reality that we're faced with a crisis in mental health, around mental health, that it spans all spheres of society, young, old, black, white, Indian, chief, rich, poor. So it's not confined to any one group. And that if we don't do something about it, society will continue to deteriorate.
The instruction involves competencies in understanding how to optimize and maintain good mental health. Participants will also gain understanding of mental disorders and their treatments and how to decrease stigma, among other areas. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Stephen McHugh. Thanks for watching.
If you are experiencing symptoms of the monkeypox virus, including fever, intense headache, swelling of the lymph nodes, back pain, muscle ache, lack of energy, and/or a rash on the skin, you must self-isolate immediately and call ahead to your health center or doctor before visiting. The virus may enter the body through broken skin, even if not visible, the respiratory tract, or mucous membranes, eyes, nose, or mouth, and has an incubation period of between 5 and 21 days. The spread of monkeypox may occur when a person comes into close contact with an infected animal, direct contact with monkeypox skin lesions or scabs of an infected person, contact with clothing or linen such as bedding or towels used by an infected person, and the coughing or sneezing of an individual with a monkeypox rash. Wear a mask, frequently wash hands, and practice physical distancing as part of the infection prevention and control efforts. For additional information on monkeypox, visit the Ministry of Health and Wellness website at moh.gov.jm or contact the local public health department.
The government recently launched Operation Birthright, an initiative aimed at providing birth certificates for undocumented Jamaicans who earn less than $37,000 monthly. Are you among the thousands of Jamaicans without a birth certificate? If yes, hear how you can become registered for free.
Operation Birthright is a government's program to address the major issue of Jamaicans not having birth certificates. According to a recent Capri report, approximately 200,000 Jamaicans have no legal identification, and this affects their ability to register and collect benefits from the government. Operation Birthright aims to provide identity registration support specifically to needy children and adults without legal identification and physical identification documents. Under the program, some $350,000 has been allocated under the National Identification Systems Project to fund the undocumented registration program. Members of Parliament, churches, and community groups are partnering to identify needy persons who can benefit from this undocumented registration program. Being a part of the program is very easy. Firstly, in order to be eligible, you or the person wishing to register must have been born in Jamaica, be aged 1 year and above, monthly income of 37,000 Jamaican dollars and below, not be currently receiving or have received similar assistance under another similar program. Persons can be recommended by any of the following: the head of the Jamaica Council for Persons with Disabilities, senior official in the Ministry of Local Government certifying an individual as a registered poor, member of Parliament, a justice of the peace, public officer SEG 1 and above, medical practitioner, minister of religion, police officer, gazetted ranks, parish councillor, dental surgeon, principal, primary, secondary, and tertiary educational institutions, veterinarian, bank manager, official representative of the Salvation Army, official representative of the Missionary of the Poor, the CEO, coordinator of a registered civil society organization, the head of the PATH program in the Ministry of Labor and Social Security if the applicant is on PATH. Eligible persons can visit their Member of Parliament's office or any RGD office island-wide to participate in the program. The RGD will then make contact with these individuals for more information so as to have their birth certificates processed. Once completed and the birth certificate generated, the individual will be contacted by the RGD to pick up the birth certificate. For more information on Operation Birthright or the eligibility criteria under the program, visit nibsfacts.com.
Welcome to Blenheim, birthplace of a hero. Sir Alexander Bustamante was the first Prime Minister of Jamaica. He was born on the 24th of February 1884 and died 6th of August 1977, but still lives on in history. Here at his museum, you can get the rich history of him. So please feel free to come and enjoy tea. We are open from 9 to 5 weekdays, Monday to Friday. So please come on in and get the rich history. Right? You can call the Jamaica National Heritage Trust if you want some more information.
What's the relationship between good mental health and success? Studies show that good mental health is associated with increased learning, creativity, and productivity, positive social relationships, improved physical health, and, of course, better life expectancy. Find out more about some coping strategies to employ as you go about your daily life.
Good health, especially our mental health, is an important factor to achieving success. And so, taking care of our body, particularly our brain, which regulates how we function, is key.
It's how we think, it's how we feel, it's how we navigate and how we connect with each other and how we function, right? And when we're mentally well, it means that we can grow, it means that we can flourish, it means that we can achieve the goals that we've set out to achieve.
Mental wellness is one of the 4 dimensions of health, the others being the spiritual, physical, and the social. They all feed into achieving stability.
We talk about in terms of mental healthness, it's feeling balanced, right? It's being able to think and it's being able to function well.
The fact is, the ebbs and flow of life are normal, and so understanding and applying coping methods is paramount. It is said that this is the foundation on which character is made. So ask for help when needed, maintain positive relationships, and take control of the situation. More later. The COVID-19 pandemic has created challenges within the mental realm for many persons, and the Ministry of Health and Wellness, having assessed the impact, has crafted a national program of response.
So this program is intended on bringing the experts together and to just help us to readjust back to the normal life that we used to. Because COVID has been devastating on us. Some people call it mental health, we call it mental wellness. Because we're not promoting the negative, we're promoting the positive. We are saying that your state of mind should be positive about life.
The program, spearheaded by psychiatrist Dr. Sophia Longmore, seeks to promote a better understanding and acceptance of mental well-being, with special attention being paid to children in schools exhibiting deviant behavior. It evaluates root causes and provides psychosocial support.
The need is great for mental wellness in our society at this time. And my role in the Senate, in the upper house of Parliament, along with being a psychiatrist and president of the Jamaica Psychiatric Association, kind of made it such where I could help to make this happen. So this is a collaboration between the Ministry of Health and Wellness, the Ministry of Education and Youth, the Jamaica Psychiatric Association, and the Jamaica Psychological Association. It's a national program that we're doing, but we are starting with where we think the need and the impact is greatest at this time.
Our youth have been negatively impacted by COVID-19, with some reporting to be overly stressed from the lack of face-to-face interaction and tactile in-classroom learning experience for over 2 years. Having to adjust when the call came in for in-person sessions has added to mental angst.
it is okay that you did forget some of the study techniques. What we have to do now is to learn to re-engage. Learn now to live as a young person again. To enjoy your education experience. Enjoy your friends. Enjoy your classroom setting and your teacher. And don't make anything bother you so much that you sit down by yourself in loneliness, fear, and anxiety. We're saying that no matter how you feel depressed, or lonely, or anxious, or uncertain, no matter how much the work is giving you trouble, or your circumstances at home may be a little problematic, we're saying that we are here for you. There's someone you can come talk to, and there are ways to overcome all of that.
The intervention, which began in June, targets schools across the island with face-to-face and virtual sessions and provides support for school administrators to cope with the challenges. The expert counsel from these sessions provides an appreciation of the concepts and techniques of mental wellness that we could all use as part of our coping mechanism.
When we speak about mental health, right, how do we ensure as young people that our mental health is appropriately addressed? Well, one, it's important for us to identify what makes us happy, what's our strengths, and also to identify what's our sources of stress. So for example, if you know there's a particular friend group, right, that brings you joy, that brings you happiness, so guess what? Know your tribe. Know your group that feeds you and feeds your energy. If there's another group or an environment that every time you go there you feel nervous, you feel anxious, you don't want to be there, identify your source of stress and stressors. So if you know that, what do you do then? If you know there's a group or an environment that's not really sitting with your soul and your spirit, distance yourself because you don't need that, right? Listen, we know life has stressors, but I guarantee you, being positive, expressing gratitude, sometimes just write down a list of things of what you're grateful for, it feeds into your well-being. It feeds into how you see the world and how you navigate your challenges. And just be mindful that everybody's paths are different. We're all unique, we have our strengths and we have our flaws, and that's okay. Additionally, we have to practice self-worth. And what do we mean when we say we have to practice self-worth? You can't hug up yourself. Know that you are worthy, know that you are deserving, and know that the others around you are worthy and deserving.
Major red flags used to identify when we are not well mentally includes lack of concentration or not being able to retain information, a drastic change in appetite, being easily irritable outside your typical window of annoyance, being excessively worried or anxious, prolonged sadness and withdrawal from friends and family.
How then do we combat these things so that we don't get to the red flag level? Well, I have the first one there, drink water. But what does that mean if the majority of your body or your body has a high percentage of water? It means you're always using it, right? You get up, you breathe, you're paying attention now. So you have to replenish your body. You have to drink your water. Less sugar, we spoke about that. Exercise, we spoke about that. We spoke about making your little gratitude list. It's important to be grateful. It's important to highlight the positive interactions. You're not neglecting and you're not minimizing your negative interactions or experiences. But when the good things happen to you, jot it down. Remind yourself, so when the bad things happen, you remember, oh, you know, I was on the honor roll. Oh, you know, my mother said I was lovely today. Oh, you know, I got an A.
Practicing good breathing exercises and getting adequate sleep by establishing a bedtime routine also provides mental benefits. Cheers to good mental health.
What's your favorite fitness routine? If you exercise regularly, it can reduce your stress and symptoms of mental health conditions like depression and anxiety and help with recovery from mental health issues. Hear more next.
Get moving for a healthier you is the passionate call to action by the Ministry of Health. And it's creating waves across the country as Jamaica moves to tackle non-communicable diseases (NCDs) through regular physical exercise and proper nutrition. Within schools, the Healthy Lifestyle program is being rebranded through the Healthy Youth Positive Energy Hype initiative.
The reality is that 7 of every 10 Jamaicans would die each year. And we have about 18 to 20,000 deaths in our country each year, die from what we classify as non-communicable diseases. Lifestyle diseases, to put it simplistically. And it's all about our physical inactivity and our consumption patterns, our habits.
The Ministry of Health is on a mission to change that by getting every Jamaican to engage in at least 30 minutes of physical exercise daily. In fueling this fitness revolution, the ministry launched the Jamaica Moves campaign under the theme, More Moments, More Memories, and More Life.
If you do what we are promoting, then as the tagline says, you'll have more moments, more time to spend with your family, your friends, do what you enjoy, more memories, capture all of those lovely memories, and more life.
Through promotional events across the island, the ministry is showcasing entertaining exercise workouts that persons can go home and practice. Free medical checks are also being provided.
It's part of the preventative healthcare method, and that's the approach that we're trying to take before we get to the part of the curative side, which is hospital care. Rarely do we speak about the need to change our lifestyle in our own interests as individuals. And it is cheaper to do that. 1/3 of your income, according to the World Bank, if you get arthritis, diabetes, cardiovascular disease, and all the others that are linked to lifestyle, 1/3 of your disposable income, the World Bank says, will end up being spent on treating those ailments. So it affects the bottom line and your pocket also.
Many persons like this man can testify to the benefits of living a healthy lifestyle, which extend beyond monetary savings.
All my family have diabetes. One night, I see my hand hook up like this, pull in, and get cramp. My feet then start to cramp. The morning, I put on my clothes, get ready and go to the doctor. He do my blood sugar level, and it was 29.5. And I say, oh my God, you almost kill yourself. So the doctor said, I know what to do, Mr. Reed. He says, yes, sir. So I was weighing at the time 285 pounds with a big tummy like this. So he said, go and cut out your belly. And you know what I mean. So I said, I understood, doctor. I'm going to change my diet and I'm going to take up exercise 1,000,000%. So I start off by 1 mile back and forth till I end up doing 10 miles. Exercise is the key to good health. Eat right, change your diet, less carb. Remember to put the running shoes right at your bed. As you step out of your bed, you step in. And the first thing, you drink 1 cup of water before you move. And eat a lot of fruit, eat a lot of greens, and always have 1 glass of blend of the green juice every week.
Dedicating 30 minutes out of every day to physical exercise may seem a big challenge, but begin with just 1 step and you'll find it becomes manageable. Regular exercise helps prevent damage to your heart's artery from high cholesterol, high blood sugar, and high blood pressure that can lead to heart attack or stroke. Medical experts say aerobic exercises also improve the body's blood circulation and reduce the risk of type 2 diabetes while helping to control blood glucose in persons living with diabetes. There are exercises tailored to building muscle and losing weight, increasing strength, and improving flexibility.
The reality is, many of us don't practice healthy living, so we need more people to do it, and by doing it, encourage others so to follow.
Staying fit and healthy is everybody's business, so get moving for better health.
President, we cannot properly make use of this watershed moment to benefit the future without adequately addressing the past. Jamaica reaffirms its determination to further the call for international recognition of reparatory justice as a necessary path to healing, restoration of dignity, and progress for people of African descent. The world cannot turn a blind eye to the systemic imbalances which persist after centuries of exploitation. If our moral standards today, on which we claim a higher civilization, acknowledges that actions in the past, which generated wealth for some by depriving others of their freedom, were wrong, then that same moral standard must lead those who benefited from the wrongs of the past and claim a higher civilization today to repair that which their morality now acknowledges to be an injustice. There is an inescapable duty for economic redress, for historical injustices, and recognition of the dignity of affected states and people. The arc of international morality would not have completed its bend for the peoples of the African diaspora without open and inclusive exchanges on the dispensation of reparatory justice. We recognize the complexities associated with this sensitive issue. Yet, as with all complex global challenges, we must summon the determination to take the bold and creative steps to meet the moment.
That's all the time we have with you today on Jamaica Magazine. We'll return tomorrow with another program packaged with you in mind. Stay in the know by visiting our website, jis.gov.jm. Remember, everyone you meet is fighting a battle you know nothing about. Be kind, always. On behalf of the entire team here at the JIS, I'm Adrian Atkinson. Thank you so much for watching.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.